Did you guys? I'm gonna say two words and tell me if this means anything to you. Reaper Actual. Okay,
No.
nothing, right? Okay,
Nothing.
John Smedley.
Oh, yes. Julia told me about this.
Yes. So he has put out gameplay of what looks to be a planet side slash extraction hybrid MMO shooter. But and I was kind of like, okay, like I want more planet side. So originally
Sure.
I was like, dude, I love planet side, awesome. And there's a whole gameplay thing up of this if you want to go see it. And they talk more about it being extraction and stuff like that. But here's where it gets real weird. And this, man, I tell you, I
Man,
don't know
I
if this
just
is,
read the headline and I think I know what you're
I
about
don't,
to
I
say.
don't know, like if this is gonna poison pill everything,
Yep.
but this is an approach. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The plan is if you get Reaper Actual on Steam, it will be the game. It will be just what it is, online, maybe some cosmetic microtransactions, but it's going to be just Reaper Actual, good to go. That's going to be what you download and buy on Steam. You can also buy Reaper Actual on their website or a different deployment platform. And that one comes with a Web3 shop.
Yeah.
And it's going to involve people being able to buy and sell in-game items for money, etc., 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 etc.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to be the first game that has its cake and eat it too, in terms of the whole big Web3 thing, where they're going to have a version for people that hate Web3. Literally, they are saying they will rip every single Web3 out of it, and that's going to be the version on Steam, completely separate from the other version. Apparently, not even the players are going to come up. And then there's going to be a version to have all the Web3 bros to play in as well, that is going to be separate in its own sandbox and own environment.
Yep.
So the thing there, like, man, I'm weirdly enough torn on this. And let me say why I'm torn on this. I'm not torn on this because I think it's a good idea to do that. But I always like the idea of hacker servers in multiplayer games, where if hackers are found, they're flagged, and then hackers just have to play against other hackers. So the idea that a game has a version that I know will never be touched by any of the stuff that I hate to see in games, while the people that like that stuff can go play in their version, and I never have to deal with them, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Because I feel like we're heading into a world where there's going to be more and more shit like that, where it's just like that.
Yeah.
So the idea of having an option to just not deal with it at all in my gaming experience, to be able to not put my money towards that and not participate in any of that, but still enjoy the game with other people that also don't like that, that's kind of cool. But in the same vein, at that point, like, you're directly supporting that other thing.
Right.
It's probably going to make huge amounts of money. And like, I don't know, man. It's yeah, it's definitely a gray situation. It's a gray situation.
I just pictured, like,
and
when you were talking about that, like, that situation, I pictured, like, a playground where all of the, the kids play and it's great and they're swinging on the swing and stuff like that. And then on the other side, it's that scene from fucking Ninja Turtles where it's the underground kids, like, they're smoking cigars and they're playing pool and shit like that. Like, that's the Web3 version. They're playing Narc, like, on the fucking, like...
somebody who knows a lot more about this stuff than I do was talking about meme coins, and he basically said, meme coins are basically just a lot of people trying to make a quick buck scamming each other, and that's what meme coins are. And he said they're absolutely terrible, but in the same vein, now all those scammers are scamming each other instead of doing all the terrible things for other people they'd normally do. Now they have their little scammer haven, right? The only people they're scamming are trying to scam a quick buck. They made this really kind of weird argument that it's like it keeps all of that together.
Yeah, it keeps it roped out.
As somebody who doesn't want, like, really any of that stuff in my game, I can't, like, I'm trying to figure out if it's a good thing to separate it like this, or is it better just to swear it off completely? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, people are going to experiment, and there you can't. Let me rephrase that. Devs are going to experiment with this stuff, especially if there's money to be gotten from the investment, and it sounds like They are already getting around 30 million of investments from Bitcraft and Brevin Howard Digital to push Reaper Actual through to the next stage. It's already been 2 years in development. And it says now the foundation phase is close. So I'm not sure what that exactly means, but you know, let them see what it goes. Let's see what happens.
For some people in chat that are asking some questions about things that are not in this article, check out Jay Smedley's Twitter, because what happened is I'm pretty sure this article came out and then a lot of people were kind of on fire. Like, oh God, this sounds terrible. What's going on? Yeah. So Smedley started very publicly talking about it and explaining it. And he would quote tweet like, no, we mean this. And it's one of those tweets that he makes it clear that there's going to be a completely non-Web3 Steam version. So it's all up there. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with. I'm reading his Twitter right here. I just pulled it up, and I agree with this statement. I don't necessarily know the context of it, but it ultimately is what I was just saying. I agree sometimes and disagree others. Depends on the game. Here's the truth. We do it to make money. Can't say it any plainer than that. We make money and we hire more people to make cool stuff. Very simple loop. Like, that's kind of what I was getting at is, as long as it doesn't crash and burn, let's see what happens. But with like a fucking mega asterisk to the side of that.
as I, you know, the whole project, we'll be following it for sure. But as I have personally learned, I will wait until it is actually released.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's another great,
very personal experience with that. And
yeah,
Mr. John.
Yeah.